I'm Knight, and I will be doing a Traitless speedrunning guide. So, the first couple things you need to know are settings and, animations. For settings, this is what I use. But the main ones I want to point out are camera shake to 25%, camera tilting off, visible limbs, this is preference, but I have it off. Camera headlock has to be off for this, has to. And camera spin bobbing off. And skip retry countdown on, obviously, because no one wants to wait 20 seconds. But yeah. And for animations, I use all default. You can use laid back if you want. I don't know if people still use that, but I think it's good for getting B-hops, so I don't think animations matter too much now, but I still use default. And if you're wondering about the clock I use in my runs, I use time to smile. I really like it. Okay, for the beginner part of this video, I'm going to be going over the most important text to the least important. So, the most important tech, in my opinion, for starting out is parrying. And what is parrying? It's basically hiding from carnation without using the safe spot. So how do you do that? Well, if you watch the first part of the video, you know that you'd have to have camera headlock off. And if you do, you're able to slide backwards into the wall. And this is called parrying. But when you parry, make sure you're not looking too far up or too far down, because your camera won't be in the wall and you will be exposed to carnation, and carnation will kill you. So yeah, that's how you parry. Let me show you real quick. Also, there's no specific timing to this. You just do it whenever you want. Like, I could do it right now, but if you're speedrunning, you don't want to do it until like later, until it gets new. So like right here. Boom. Okay, the next most important tech, in my opinion, for beginners on Traitless is trimping. Trimping is basically, I have no good spot right here. Hold up. Okay, trimping is the next most important tech, in my opinion, for beginners. Basically, all you want to do is slide and let go of your sprint key. As you can see on my keyboard in the bottom left, I let go of shift when I slide. Next thing you want to do is just jump. Jump at the ledge, and boom, you go up. Now, trimps in this update aren't the best. They aren't very good at all, in my opinion. So, once you get more advanced, you won't really be trimping anymore. But this is a good thing for beginners and intermediates. So, I definitely learned this. This is definitely something I would still learn. And yeah, that's how you trimp. And I will be showing other trimp spots too, because that's not the only place where you can trimp. So, let me show you. The trimp spot is right here. Basically, on this one, this is the only different one, really. I mean, a couple others are treated the same as this. There's like a safe spot one right here, and curves up on both sides, and you go under in the safe spot. I'm pretty sure what you guys know what I'm talking about. But you treat it the same as this one. You slide into the wall, let go of shift. Now when you do this, you want to spam jump. And you go really high. You don't go fastly. You don't go like this. I mean, it sometimes still works, but it's not the best way. You want to go slowly into it, like straightforward, and spam space, and it works. That's the only different trim from the others, though. That's the only one you would treat differently than other trims. And yeah, this is what I was talking about right here. You just do the same thing on this one, spam space, and you go super high up. That's all you do. Okay, this will be the last trim I will be showing, because there's a lot of trims, honestly, but I think I covered the main ones. Besides, actually no, there's this one right here. I'll show that one too. But this one, it's kind of timing. Sometimes I can do it, sometimes I can't. Just trimps aren't very good in this update. You can also trimp on this, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, on this trimp right here. This one's one of the harder trims, honestly. But once you learn it, it's cool to know. It works better in Fruits and March, but this one is not that good. You have to kind of aim to like somewhere near here. That high up at least. And it works. It's not the best at all, but it works. All you do to dart, it's really simple, but it's probably the hardest thing to learn. Like, the concept and telling how to do someone it is simple, it's just actually doing it is probably one of the hardest things to learn and to master. Okay, maybe not so to learn, but to master is definitely one of the hardest. Besides BHopping, but we'll get to that later. Darting, all you do is you sprint, make sure you're sprinting obviously. You wall kick, but after you wall kick, you slide. You just slide like this. That's all you do. So you wall kick and slide. That's all darting is. But if you slide too late, it'll look something like this. And you'll go straight down. That's how you know you're doing it wrong if it looks like this. So to know you're doing it right is kind of float. Kind of seems like you're floating a bit. And to do it a second time, you hold towards the direction of the wall. So if you want to go to this wall, I'm holding D. And if I want to go to the left wall, I'm holding it. So sometimes, honestly. I don't really pay attention to how I dart, but yeah. So basically you just want to hold the direction to the wall you want to go to. I forgot to mention here that if you want to dart a second time, all you do is after you dart the first time, you let go of slide and press spacebar and then hold slide again really quickly in a quick succession. So it's wall kick, slide, let go of slide, and wall kick really quickly and slide really quickly. This is the intermediate part of the video, and the first thing I'll be teaching is parrying. Intermediate parrying rather. All you want to do, so when you're darting, you've got down darting, you've got down trimping. This is more info on what you could do when you're around. When you're darting, say the card's like right behind you, you can parry in the air. So you can just parry like anywhere. Like mid dart, you're just going parry. I'm just giving more info on parrying because I feel like beginners will think that you have to go to the middle and then slide back. But in reality, all you gotta do is boom parry. Just make sure you're holding S and no like A or nothing like that. You have to be holding S. And that usually works for me. So yeah. Okay, I will be going over trimping now, intermediate trimping, and what you can trimp. And yeah. So, door trimping. Door trimping is only useful when you have nothing else to trimp. So like if you're in a room like this and you have a room in front of you like that, I highly recommend you door trimp. How to door trimp? You simply slide into the door until you see this, until you know you're in the wall kinda. Like this. And it works on either side. So if you're left-handed, you'll probably prefer going on the side. If you're right-handed, you'll probably go on the side. Doesn't matter. Both way. But what you want to do, you let go of your sprint key on whatever you use, and you slide to the middle of the door. And then you go up. Okay. Another intermediate trimp I want to teach is this door right here. All you do is you slide into it. That's all you do. I'll go more in depth in this in the advanced part, so if you want to skip to advanced trimping, I'd recommend you do that if you want to learn early, because it's really not that hard to learn the advanced way. It's just the advanced way is way better, but if you want to do a simple way of it, all you do is just slide into it for now and then hope you go up. Okay, BHopping. You're in intermediate level now, and you have got the hang of darting, trimping, and parrying. And you wonder why people can dart more than twice when you can only dart twice. Well, that's because of BHopping. All you do to BHop, here, let's wait for this turn real quick. You aim to hit the top of the door right here. Like the bottom of the gray part. You see this gray part on the top of the wall? You aim to hit the bottom of that or the top of the brick wall. So right here. This is where you want to hit. Aim to dart. Because look, I only have 2 darts, right? But if I hit this, 1 dart, 2, 3. And if I dart twice and hit my second dart on the BHop, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I can just keep going forever. As long as you hit your BHops, your wall kicks will reset. And you get 2 more darts as long as you hit a BHop. Or let's say you land on something. So if you think you're gonna land on something, or you want to try and land on something, just hold your jump key and you will jump off it, and boom, that also gives you 2 more darts. Okay, this is a tea room. This is what we call a tea room, and this is kind of a tech, not really, but we don't really do these anymore. We plug room skip. What is that? Basically, we just go over like this. But how to do that? You just dart in the corner twice, like how you would on a wall. So you just delay the dart till you're at the apex of your height, and it usually works. But if it doesn't work in the corner twice, just go to the other corner and it'll work. Don't know why, but it just does. Don't know why. Because if it's just not working one corner, go to the other, and it'll most likely work. So yeah, and this works for all these plug rooms. Alright, now we are in the advanced part of the video. I recommend, even if you are a Traitful player, you watch this, because you might learn a thing or two. And let's get into it. So the first thing I'll be going over is an advanced trimp or 2. Nah, actually I got a couple trimps I want to show, but this one is a trimp I want to show. Basically, to do this trimp, all you gotta do is slide like normal, but you want to make sure when you jump you have already let go of shift, because if you hold shift or let go of shift in the middle of a jump, your speed will change. See, look, you can't really tell, but it's like a slight difference. You just can't tell until you do it, because if I let go of shift before I jump, I will always have the same height from the jump. But if I let go of shift during the jump, it'll change, and it won't be consistent if you do it like this. So that's why I make sure to let go of shift before I do this trimp. And that way you can somewhat get a timing down on this one. So it somewhat works, but it's still hard to know like where the distance. I don't really do this in runs. I hardly do it. I go for it every now and then, but it's just something I thought I'd share. Okay. Advanced volt trimping. Okay, so to do this, I think my way is the best way. I'm not biased. It genuinely just works for me. I don't know if it's a me thing. I'm unsure, but it works for me most of the time. So instead of just vaulting or like sliding into the door like this, whenever it opens, I do it a different way. I wait till the door is halfway down, right? I'm shifting, and while I'm sprinting, and I jump and then I slide down into it, like when it's halfway. So I jump and then slide down. So that's one way. Another way is when it's halfway down again, you slide into it and you flick your camera back. And the thing about this one is it's risky. What I learned from doing it for the past couple runs is couple hundred runs, which is it can do something weird. It can send you really high up really fast. Not really high up, but just high really fast. And basically there will be a chance you dart off it and you can go really, really, really fast. And it can be really good. But the other thing is, it doesn't work, and you just get like a flop. And you just like can't start BHopping. You can lose a lot of time, whatnot. So yeah, it can be risky, but the way I like to do it now is just jump and slide down. It works like 100% of the time for me. So yeah, I just thought I'd let you guys know. And if you still want to do the traditional way, then what I'd recommend is to wait for the door to be almost dropped, basically, and do it like last second. It works 90 or 80% of the time if you do it the traditional way, but I think my way's better. So yeah, now for advanced darting, this is something people mostly know if you're good at the game, but this is called no shifting. What's no shifting? In Traitful, this is really helpful. I mean Traitless, this is really helpful. Because in Traitless, you don't get a lot of speed compared to Traitful and darting. And when you no shift, you get a lot of speed. So what's no shifting? Basically, all you do, you dart like normal, right? But instead of holding shift when you dart, you let go of shift after you dart every single time, like in my keyboard. See how I don't hold shift when I'm darting? That's because it removes the speed limit, so you can kind of just dart really fast. So yeah, it kind of like removes the speed cap, so you can just go really fast. Here, I'll show an example of me no shifting versus shifting. So when I get to right here, I'm going to start darting. This is me shifting. I made it to like right here when I landed, right? Now here is me no shifting. I got that's a whole room distance. So in the end, it is worth it. I definitely recommend it. It takes some time to learn. It's definitely something you have to get used to. But yeah, if you have any questions, just DM me. I'll put a link to the speedrunning server in the description. But yeah, this one takes some time, so don't get frustrated. It definitely takes time to learn. And it's definitely the most worth it tech in this video. Like, it's not required to learn. You can still do good without it, but it's definitely the most worth it in this vid. Okay, this is gonna be darting and BHopping are gonna be in the same category for advanced, because by now you should be pretty fluent and it should be secondhand nature. So I'm trying to find a spot right now to show you what you can do. Oh, right here. Okay. Maybe. Okay, so to deal with this, if you're advanced, I just want to let you know that you should not be trimping off this. It's inconsistent, and it just doesn't work well anymore. Not as well as it used to, at least. I mean, if you learn how to slide properly into it, then you can do it, but it's not worth the setup. Okay, but what I want you to do now, instead of trimping this, is you dart into it and you reset your B-hops or wall kicks. So you should be hearing like 2 sounds instead of 1. So you know you have like 1 wall kick noise, right? So now you hit it, you hear 2. And yeah, so for these types of rooms, you don't want to trimp them anymore. You just want to B-hop 1, 2, and you just basically reset your B-hops. So yeah. A lot of things I still see top players do that they don't do that they should be doing is using these right here. Use these whenever you dart. Please, just treat them as like B-hops. They're really good. They're like the reason why I'm never on the ground anymore, because I treat these and especially these as B-hops. See, you could just reset your B-hops with them like that. They are phenomenal. I love using them. They're amazing. Another thing I'd like to let you guys know is that when I'm darting or B-hopping, I'm always looking ahead. Besides when I'm on my second dart, as I'm always looking ahead, like of where like the turns are, so I know where to go and I'm ready. So that's why I like to cut corners a lot, because I'm always looking ahead. So like, for example, okay, well, I didn't really get one. But if you're always looking ahead, you're ready. And if you're on your second dart and you're turning a corner, just hug the corner, alright? Because if you hug the corner, say this is my second dart, you could have potentially, I can't say it, potentially, oh my gosh. Potentially hit this if you hug the corner. You use your second dart, right? And boom, you could have B-hopped that if you had enough speed. So that's why I like to hug corners when I don't have a second dart and I'm looking for a B-hop. You just pray for like a B-hop and you're good. Okay, this next tech is I'm not gonna say this because it's kind of like an inside joke or inside tech that people know, they just don't tell the name of it because it's funny, I guess. But all you do is you spam slide. Make sure you're holding sprint though. You spam slide. You can put the video on slow-mo if you want. But you just spam slide and then you dart right after you spam slide. What this does is it turns your momentum that you get from sliding downwards into your darting momentum. So you'll go really fast because usually on your initial dart you don't have a lot of speed, right? And by the second dart you usually have decent speed. But this will treat your first dart as your second dart if you do it right. So this is what it would look like if I darted normally. And this is what it would look like if I darted with it. Cool thing about this tech is that you can do it in between darts as well. So like, you don't just gotta do it whenever, like before your first dart. So that's what I like about it. So I'm always gaining speed in between my darts. I'm never really slow, unless I just have like a bunch of weird rooms and I just can't get going. So yeah, don't think you have to do it for the first dart. You can do it whenever. Last but not least, wall surfing. Okay, now this is a very situational tech that I only recommend beginners, advanced players do. It's kind of inconsistent, I won't lie. But when it works, it's great. The only times you really want to do this is when you're on your second dart, or you have a lot of twists and turns just in the run, or like ahead of you. But it could cost you time if you do that rather than dirting, so it's very situational. But when you do it, it is good. The only thing you gotta do for this tech is let go of shift when you're darting and kind of stick to the wall. And why I say it's situational is, I'll show clips of me doing it, but why I say it's situational is because it only works on certain parts of the wall. Cause like it just won't work on a flat wall whenever I try, unless you have like immense amounts of speed. That's another reason it's situational, because you do need speed, and if you don't have said speed, you can't do it, especially on a flat wall. So like right here, you see that curve that I just came across? All I did was let go of shift, and I think I was holding a directional key, and that's all you would really need to wall surf. Not much to it. It's just situational, very. So it's not really the best thing to do every time, so I just wouldn't take the chance to do it every single time. So just keep that in mind. And yeah, that's about it. So all I did here was let go shift and hug the curves of the wall. Hope that helps. I did forget to say a couple of things. So first thing I wanted to say was, for console and mobile players, if you want to create a custom lobby and turn on exposure, it'll probably be easier for you to see and everything. And I'll probably make a trade speedrun gun in the future. I'm not sure. Depends. And sorry if this wasn't well edited or anything. I didn't put tons of time into it because of family, college, whatnot. And consider joining the speedrun server. I'll put it in the description, but it's not the best community, I'll say. And hope you learned something new.